biggest, it's not the biggest bake shops in the Philippines. Maybe tayo sila siguro ng Julie's or something. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes it's that, like multiple, like
they've even
you learn so much from them.
Yeah, they've even branched out French Baker Cafe now.
Oh, because he also owns Chat Time.
Yeah. So, and then now his son sort of runs the Chat Time, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Ellis. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, his wedding is this year, October, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
the son, and now he runs
hosting
the Chat Time, and I was like, Diba, I like how
Gianluca. There you go. That's his name.
I love how the parents groom the kids.
Yes.
Tapos if
you are coming from that kind of family.
If I don't know if this is like some urban legend or whatever, but I've heard this story so many times na the Gokoways. So they own Cebu Pacific, right?
Okay.
I mean, obviously when you're one of the 10 wealthiest families in the Philippines, you probably wouldn't fly a budget airline because I mean, obviously you probably have your own plane. But apparently, I don't know how true this is. I heard it from like FA friends na si Lance, the son.
Okay, Lance, yeah.
Like he flies Seb back without any special, treatment. Like he'll line up like everyone else.
Yeah, I've heard
diba?
that.
Na parang, and apparently it's also because they want to get a feel of how it's like to fly the airline. Tapos pag and I heard din na parang when he was starting out with the business, like ginapang niya daw yan lahat ng position na kumbaga parang from somebody who is handling ticket sales to somebody who is like as in,
so he knows the whole
very different
business
ways of learning. Yeah,
from ground up. Speaking of flights, I know another family, and I am a witness to this.
Special yan.
The Jollibee group. So the four brothers. So the two brothers were opening up. Yeah.
You guys are opening up another one?
Wow. Peers ni Tones.
So, congrats, Tones.
So they were flying.
Tan Kachong, right?
We're all
Tan Kachong?
Tan Kachong, yeah. So they're all flying to the States, and normally, coming back,
you're there too.
You would think you would think that they would be flying first class.
Business.
No doubt. Yeah. Ako pa nahiya.
They flew economy. Damn.
Yo, I'm telling you, I had to hide.
Because nasa business ka, gano'n. Yeah, yan tayo. Di ba nga yan din sinasabi nila the difference between Spanish businessmen and Chinese businessmen. Like, Chinese businessmen will scrimp wherever they can. Fly economy, fly budget airlines or whatever. Spanish businessmen, on the other hand, are more, I guess they're a little bit more
flashy,
liberal with.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm not. I guess I'm Spanish, so yeah, I'm not Chinese. So
diba, yung mga pare, like yung mga. I remember like my batchmates who went to LaSalle. Some of them would have the most unassuming businesses. You know what I mean? Nothing glamorous, nothing spectacular. Like, what do you do? What do you? Oh, we have a hardware, bro. But I mean, parang okay, like it doesn't sound flashy, right? But when you find out how much they actually earn out of it, you know what I mean? And it's the basic stuff. Like, dami mo kilala na parang, what do you do? Kami yung nagsusupply ng papel. Parang, talaga, papel. Pero malalaman mo sila nagsusupply ng papel sa Lasal, sa Ateneo, sa UST, sa U. Alam mo yung parang, so kanya like, it's the quantity of the stuff that they sell. It's not necessarily like, I'm not selling Pateks or whatever. I'm not selling BMWs or Benzes. I'm selling something as small as paper.
It's not sexy.
Quantity. Oh, it's not sexy. Yeah,
it's not sexy at all, but it's essential.
Yeah.
There. Sure. I think that's the difference. Is that sometimes you're all thinking like, oh, I wish I could sell something, that people that would really want. It's flashy. You can post it, but then
like owning a nightclub, you know what I mean? Like obviously that's pogi points na parang because obviously the girls, I need a table, tawag tayo kay Tones, yung mga ganyan. It's a flashy kind of business. Enterprise. Yeah. It's a flashy enterprise as opposed to the the more basic ones, I suppose.
But those are the ones that earn much more. I mean, because those are necessities. Everyone needs hardware supplies. I mean,
or kunwari, sino yung may-ari ng Malabanan? Yung septic tank cleaning.
Septic tank.
You know, we're probably like, yo, what a business. But if you think about it, sino bang, like the first name that comes to mind when you're thinking of septic tank cleaning is Malabanan, right? Like, it's not glamorous, but I'm sure like they've earned a heck of a lot of money out of it already.
When you think of shit, you think of them.
Yeah.
Because they take care of it. And I guess one of the more, I guess a lot of people wouldn't want to talk about it, but then, you know, we know a few friends that own funeral homes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hanap patay. Imbis na hanap buhay. Diba?
Yeah. I mean,
but
John,
it's inevitable.
Exactly. John.
And it's
during the, I'm sure just before the pandemic, when was that? That was 2019. 2020. We hosted a wedding, and Sam and I and the owners of St. Peter, it's Boss John.
St. Peter. Oh.
Si Boss John. Now his kids are running it. Now all of his kids are sort of
part of it,
taking over, and they are big listeners. They grew up listening to Boys Night Out, and I'm like, no way. And the sisters are now much older, and she's like, is it like, wow, you know, before I would be in the car listening, now, you know what I mean? And now we're taking over, or we're trying to run the business, and it's incredible. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't enjoy it, but it does make the money. So I mean, that's where you really have to like gauge. Sometimes there's a lot of people who are born into a business, but does it serve its purpose for you? Are you fulfilled?
Yeah,
and a lot aren't. There's many that aren't,
and that's why they branch out and do other things also. You know, try to find their own steam. Like who was it? Who's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks? Your friend Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban. Tones. He was actually, because you know how everybody's like, find a job that you love to do, and you know, you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's such a common saying, right? I remember him saying something that was a complete opposite. Instead of finding a job that you love to do, find something that you're good at and work on that. And then whatever the fruits of that, that's what you use to enjoy your life. So counter thesis of, you know, what everybody is saying. That's essentially his belief.
It's so funny is, remember that story that was on Facebook? I'm sure so many people shared it or liked it. It was the Mexican janitor of I think, if I'm not mistaken, Doritos or Lay's or one of the.
I heard about this.
So he was a custodian. He's the custodian for at least 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And because he knew the ins and outs of
the business,
and
the factory, at least,
he would always be there. He'd always be around, and I'm sure he not only was cleaning, but he was always asking questions. There's no way you would be CEO. Of this company if you never were inquisitive or, you know, asking questions.
Like he took the initiative
throughout the years. And lo and behold, he's the CEO of this huge multinational company. You know what I mean? What does a custodian who's, you know what I mean? I'm sure he upgraded his skill set, went to school for some courses, but for him to be trusted by the board, okay, you know what?
That's something else.
I mean, that's like...
nag-apply ako. Sa start ko ng Magic, nag-apply ako custodian. Tapos ngayon, DJ na ako. O, diba? Like, moving up in the world.
Jojo was just called the show. You know what I mean? That like...
exactly.
He just called the show.
You never know, man.